Warm greetings from the High 10. It's Everyday Shenanigans. Fox News is the source. Debbie Collier, story number one. Thank you for joining me.
Chilling details in the death of missing Georgia mom Debbie Collier as new 911 calls revealed Debbie was in an accident with a mysterious ex-con truck driver a month before her disappearance.
From my niece, she said that she was in an accident about a month ago, and the driver was trying to convince my sister not to tell the cops that he was driving because he was out on parole, and there was, a stipulation to his parole that he couldn't drive.
Fox Nation host Nancy Grace has been following this disturbing case, and she joins us now. So, Nancy, this is a very interesting development. Does it raise red flags for you that this, she had an accident with somebody who was on parole?
Yes, it does. If, in fact, that is correct. Now, police have confirmed that she did have a fender bender prior to her being found dead, but they also state they don't know if that's what the daughter was talking about. Now, you're hearing a woman that claims to be the sister of Debbie Collier, Diane Shirley. She says she got this information from Debbie Collier's daughter, Amanda. Now, I find it interesting that cops don't confirm that fender bender was with an ex-con. And let me point out, the stipulations on parole usually do not include, unless you're DUI, if it's a con, that means a felony, habitual violator DUI. Very rarely do you have the stipulation you're not supposed to drive. The parole board wants you to drive to work or walk to work. So I find that a very odd stipulation. And why a month later does an ex-con track her down? Sounds more like very far-fetched, let me just say. Also, on every police report, cops get the name of both parties. So we would have that in police files if that scenario were, in fact, connected to this case.
Well, I always trust your instincts, Nancy, and they seem to be bearing out with what law enforcement has said. They revealed yesterday that Debbie's murder was, quote, personal and targeted and not likely the act of a random serial killer.
Absolutely. When I read the headlines that there was a serial killer involved, I don't know where that cockamamie idea came from. This is targeted to Deborah Collier. And the first place cops are going to look is those closest to her. Now, I was wondering why a guy that works at a bank would be working on a Saturday morning. Have you ever gone to a bank that's open on a Saturday morning?
No.
I haven't. But he's with Synovus, and the Optimists were using that parking lot for traffic for the Georgia game. So that's why he was there, and that's been confirmed. He was there from after 9 o'clock to 4 p.m. That's a big deal because you always look at the husband or the lover first. He was there at the time Debbie goes missing. Now we're looking at who's left standing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they look at the family first. So is that you think they're on the right path here? You think that looking at the family and what do you make of the fact that it's her sister calling in, trying to get them off the track of the husband and the lover?
Well, I think the sister's just trying to help. I don't know that she's necessarily trying to lead cops down the garden path. It's SOP. You always look at the family, the lover, the boyfriend, the ex first. That doesn't mean that they did it.
Yeah.
But I also find it very interesting. The daughter, Amanda Beardsley, moved home 2 days before. 48 hours after she moves home, her mother is dead. Now, is that connected? I don't know. But there's so many odd circumstances surrounding this. But right now, cops are also saying they know the Venmo was sent to the daughter, but they don't know where the money is, nearly $3,000, and they don't know if it was sent from Debbie Collier's phone. I feel that this Venmo for nearly $3,000 sent just before she goes missing, in the minutes before she goes missing, may be the key to solving this case.
Yeah. I've never Venmoed anybody $3,000. It's a lot of money.
You can do it from other phones if you have the account login, like logging into your email from a different computer. So it doesn't have to come from her phone.
That's a good point. Well, Debbie Collier deserves justice. I love that you always stay on these cases, Nancy. And again, if you want to see more from her crime stories with Nancy Grace on foxnation.com, it's one of my favorite shows. Make sure you watch. Thank you, Nancy. Always great having you on.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I have very Sad news pertaining to Debbie Collier coming out of Georgia. It's not the best. I don't know what's going on. But it doesn't look good for her because they have new information. Hold on one second. Let me get everything. Debbie Collier case. Investigators consider Georgia woman's death may not be homicide. Sources say. This is uploaded October 24th. Debbie Collier was found dead, naked, and partially burned September 11th. Georgia investigators have begun exploring the possibility that the disturbing death of Athens office manager Debbie Collier may not have been a homicide as initially suspected, according to law enforcement sources. They have no evidence linking several key people close to Collier, including her husband, daughter, and daughter's boyfriend, to locations anywhere near the crime scene between her disappearance on September 10th and the discovery of her remains the following day, according to two sources with knowledge of the investigation. And evidence at the scene suggests her death could have been accidental or a suicide, the sources said. Collier was last seen alive at a Family Dollar store on September 10th, purchasing several items that were found burned near her remains. She also stopped at a Chick-fil-A restaurant beforehand, the sources noted. Collier was found dead and naked September 11th in the Chattahoochee-Oconee National Forest, south of Clayton, a 90-minute drive from her home in Athens. Her husband, Stephen Collier, reported her missing around 6 p.m. the day earlier. She was discovered a few feet downhill from the side of a small fire with burns on her stomach, soot in her nostrils, and clutching a small tree. When Fox News Digital visited the scene earlier this month, it was evident that at the heart of the burn marks, there were no signs that a wood fuel fire had been constructed, although several items she was carrying were found scorched on the ground, including a blue tarp she had just purchased and a small remnant of the Georgia Bulldogs jersey she was last seen wearing. The missing person report came after she sent a bizarre Venmo payment to her daughter, Amanda Bearden, of almost $2,400, with the cryptic message, "They're not going to let me go. Love you. There's a key to the house in the blue flower pot by the door." The sum Bearden received the day her mother went missing is very close to the amount Bearden's live-in boyfriend Andrew Geigerich owned in probation fines, sources told Fox News Digital earlier this month. The math, they said, could be thrown off slightly by additional fees. 2 days before Collier's disappearance, her daughter Amanda Bearden, boyfriend Andrew Geigerich, moved back to Athens from Maryland, where they had been living with her brother, Habersham County investigator George Kaysen, previously told reporters. Geigerich told Fox News Digital that the couple had no involvement in the crime and that they were scared themselves, sleeping behind barricaded doors as the case remained unsolved. Authorities have not yet released the autopsy report, toxicology results, or the official cause and manner of death. On Friday, the local radio station WCHM reported that an unnamed ranking member of the Habersham County Sheriff's Office said it would be a good assumption the detectives were no longer focused on Collier's immediate family in connection with the investigation. Very interesting. John Kelly, a criminal profiler and psychoanalyst who has been following the case, said there are a few questions he'd still like to have answered. Why she drive up there? Why try to pull herself up after she fallen down a hill in these woods? He said Monday. She looked like she was getting ready to go tailgating, dressed up to have fun, not to kill herself. Anyone with information on Collier's case is asked to contact Habersham Sheriff's investigators, Kel Garrison or George Kaysen, at 706-839-0559 or 706-839-0560, respectively. Let's recap what's been said, because this is not good. On Friday, the local radio station WCHM reported that an unnamed ranking member of the Habersham County Sheriff's office said it would be a good assumption the detectives were no longer focused on Collier's immediate family in connection with the investigation. Dear God, what is going on? So let's backtrack. She's going up the highway. We do not know where else she's gone because you have not released any pings to tell us. She goes into a dollar store. Allegedly, she seems fine, buys some items, comes out, sits in her car for a few minutes. And this is where we're alleging that, or you all are alleging that she possibly sent the Venmo to the daughter. So at this point, she's not under duress, stress, or known to be a kidnap victim, ransom victim. Okay? She leaves there to do what? Let me recap back because something is off here. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is very strange. Last seen at a Family Dollar on September 10th, purchasing several items burned near her remains. She also stopped by Chick-fil-A beforehand, the sources noted. So beforehand is what exactly? Before the Dollar General or after the Dollar General? Because if she wasn't in duress, stress, held against her will, sitting in the car, this is when she sends the money, which made this case suspicious of the daughter. The Venmo and the note is what has everybody thinking the daughter and the boyfriend possibly have something to do with it. If it wasn't for that, we'd just be still speculating what? We don't even know how she died. You haven't released a report. But now you have a ranking member saying assumptions can go along the line that these people are not involved. What is the truth? Did Debbie Collier kill herself just because she had on a sun visor and Georgia Bulldog clothing did not mean she wasn't suicidal? So are we now saying the lady was suicidal, that she planned this day to go way up into the forest to kill herself? She sent the daughter the note to make it look like somebody did something to her. Was this lady psychotic, schizophrenic, having a mental breakdown, wanting to do something for attention? Hell, maybe even wanting to set somebody up. Do we have people walking around that crazy that they would go set somebody up to make it look like they hurt them, harmed them? So when she went into the forest, what happened? She took this tarp and things to go sit down there and do what to herself? So what is the manner of death that is now leading you all to say it's possibly accidental or she killed herself? So if she killed herself, we're to say she set herself on fire with the tarp, her clothes, but that wouldn't kill you. You'd have to be immersed in full flames. So what is the manner of death? This is the most bizarre case. This is a very bizarre case. To now have you all change your mind. This was targeted. Remember, those were your words before. So what changed? And is the high-ranking member the same person that thought that this was a targeted death? Please come forward, tell us something, because this is asinine. Did she send a last hurrah to her daughter? I'm out of here. I'm checking out. Here's some money. They're trying to do this to me. Make it look like somebody was after her. Went into the forest and killed herself. So if she killed herself, how did she do it? You can't strangle yourself to death. Could you suffocate yourself to death by what? A plastic bag over the face? What are we saying? Or did she shoot herself? Stab herself? Or were these people so clever to make it look like accidental or suicide? That's the set information. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $sign Beganji, 129 Cash App. All stickers and chats are welcome in this live. Let's rock and roll. Leilani, you've been busy. What in the hell is wrong with you down there? This is a two-part live about David Collier and Leilani Simon. Leilani's gotten Jiggy showing out down there. Hey, I saw BJ at the Walmart tonight while I was in the customer service center. I'm trying to figure out, Billy Joe, what are you doing up here? Standing behind me in customer service in Walmarts. As the old folks love to say, Walmarts. Oh, put an S on the end of it. Kmarts. I couldn't even focus on what I was trying to do. I was like, Billy Joe, Howard, what the hell are you doing up here? And you didn't say nothing, so y'all know how I rock. Y'all know how I get down. Come on now. Woo! Y'all just won't leave these hillbillies alone. I don't know what your obsession is with these people, but y'all just won't leave these people alone. What in God's name is the problem? Let's see what Court TV has to say pertaining to this mess. And then we'll go into all the he said and the she said and back down there on that driveway. And Queen's going to share a little secret with you about where that baby was dumped down there. Hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you. We're gonna chop it up in this live this evening. Thank you all so much for joining me.
The search for Quentin Simon. A short time ago, we began what will be an extensive search of the waste management landfill located in Jiggy. As with every step we have taken in this case, the need for this search was based on where the evidence led us. Yesterday, our team posted this picture of Quentin here on the wall of this operations center as a reminder of who we are searching for and why we continue to work so terribly hard. We want justice for Quentin just like everybody else, and we want to find his remains so we can give him a proper resting place.
Is Leilani Simon still the only suspect?
She is.
This is another one, folks. He's just 20 months old. And I mean, you look at that face, you look at those big eyes, and you're wondering how anyone could harm him. I mean, no one has seen little Quentin Simon since October 5th, since he was initially reported missing, and have informed the public that evidence has led them to believe that Quentin is no longer alive and that his mother, Leilani Simon, is the main suspect in his death. Today, Leilani Simon and her mother, Quentin's grandma, Billy Howell, spoke to Shay Schrader with WTOC. Here's some of what she said about the search for her missing son.
We're in limbo. We're in limbo just like everybody else is. We're sitting here every day waiting for answers. Being in this house is hard. My mother and I can't even stay inside throughout the day. We always are outside because there's just so many memories that we don't know if we're going to have again.
So she's crying. They're searching for her son, but she's the main suspect in a homicide investigation. Let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Julia Janae, joining us live tonight from outside of little Quentin's home. Julia, nice to see you tonight. Not great to see what's behind you, which looks like a memorial. Tell us about the scene at the house today.
Vinny, right now it's quiet, but there have been a lot of clashes that have happened today, and we constantly
finally somebody down in the news.
people who are responding saying that this is about getting answers over what happened to Quentin Simon. You can see behind me, there are actually a group of people. These are people who've been here today. They've been holding those signs. They've been demonstrating and protesting towards the house where he was last seen. But I do want to direct your attention to who's sitting there now. They're on the other side of the trespassing line that's here. They've now got candles and they're sitting right in the yard. And on the other side, you do see that display. And above that, there's an open window of people who are inside of this home. So you heard Leilani in that interview saying that they find it difficult to be there. But though the police have said that she's a main suspect, they have not charged her. They have not arrested her, but she is, we understand, here inside as that search continues. But there are those who are very upset with what her actions have been or have not been, as 3 weeks now have passed after the disappearance of her son. Take a listen.
I have kids, for one, and as a mother, if my child went missing, I would be out here. I would be wanting everybody in the world to help me, everybody and anybody. And the fact that she's out here just living her best life, partying at Tabby, and your child is, God knows who, laying where in the cold. Like, we've had some really cold nights, and for them to just be, not in jail yet is crazy to me. So as a mother, like, how can you even live, breathe, sleep, eat? How? So as a mother, I am Quentin's voice. We are all Quentin's voice. If it wasn't for us, this would be swept under the rug. I mean, nothing yet has been done. I mean, so when is it going to be done? People go to jail every day for minor things, and you have to sit there until proven innocent. So why is she still free? And where is the baby? And as a mother, you need to help find your baby.
It's a determined group who've been here. They've been changing out shifts. Some were here earlier in the day when we were here. Some have left. Others have come to make sure that there are people here at all times demanding that justice for the baby. But you see that tent with all those stuffed toy animals and the flowers and pictures of Quentin Simon. That, of course, it seems to have been put up by his family, the people who live here, and the place that he was last seen alive, Vinny.
So inside the house tonight, we believe that the family is there. They're not coming in and out. They're just sort of staying inside, not wanting to get into any sort of confrontation with the protesters and people who've shown up outside of the home. Is that kind of the situation right now?
We do believe that's the situation. We've been here for hours. We have not seen anyone come and talk to us directly. We did see a car that left at one point and then came back to this location, but they've been very clear, it seems, about trespassing. And there's, even when we've tried to approach it, even neighbors have yelled about trespassing, because there actually was a clash over the weekend where people were detained. This was a report that was obtained by WSAV, a local station here in Savannah, where they said that there were 4 who were arrested. The Chatham County Police Department said that they were protesting over the issue of toddler Quentin Simon on Friday and Saturday night. Last night, there was one protester arrested after they were reportedly banging on the windows and doors of the home. And on Friday night, police say they had to visit this home after receiving complaints of people acting disorderly. 3 of those blocked the driveway of the home, which prevented people from leaving. We did see 2 police units come today. They talked to us to make sure we were parked in the right location. No one's blocking any driveways tonight, and things have been they've been peaceful, but we have still heard those air horns, people yelling, people honking, still making their voice known about what they say is injustice when it comes to what happened to this toddler.
And Julia, I don't know exactly what I heard, but it seemed like the voices are getting louder behind you and there's more people gathering. Are they addressing the home, or are they just talking amongst each other at this point?
Right now, it is a change. They have been addressing the home most of the day, but right now it's amongst each other. I've noticed them talking about this case, about the tragedy of this toddler that's lost, what they think may have happened. Right now, it's just an interesting scene because they are now on the yard of the property, which is different from where they were most of the day today. And there is an open window there at the house, so perhaps very easy for this family to see who is here outside protesting what they feel has not been handled in the way that it should as far as the investigation and what has been told to authorities.
Let's talk about that investigation, the landfill search. What's the latest there?
We're entering week 2 of that landfill search, and that's going on about 10 miles away from here. Police have not released exactly what took them to that landfill, but they did release that they had credible evidence, credible information that prompted them to go there. And just a bit about how this process works. These are not volunteers. These are law enforcement trained searchers. And they say it's very important that they have that extensive training because of how dangerous a search like this can be. They can encounter hazardous materials. You see, they have the protective gear. But they are moving very carefully through tons of garbage, trying to find what we have not been told exactly what, but related to the disappearance of Quentin Simon. And we know police have said they do not believe that he is alive, but that is the status now. This is still an ongoing search, and no word from police today on any updates coming out of that search.
Now, I also understand that you had an opportunity to speak with Quentin's babysitter. What did you find out?
She is the woman who kept him the day before he went missing. And she didn't want to go on camera because she said it's actually been difficult for her safety-wise as far as needing to take those precautions because of the intense scrutiny that surrounded this case. But she did talk to me off camera, and she said that she actually received a text the morning of the disappearance, and that she was scheduled to babysit the baby, but that she received a text and she showed it to me that she said was from Leilani Simon at 5:29 a.m. And it said that they had made other arrangements when it comes to babysitting. They would not need her, and he would be staying with her parents instead. So she typically would have him between 5:30 and 6, she said, in the morning is when they would bring her over. She also mentioned that she was out on her front yard between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. She didn't notice him anywhere. She said he's a little boy that she's been keeping for 6 months, that she loves him and is heartbroken that he can't be found. But she said she was involved in the search. I asked her if she ever noticed anything odd, anything that may point to a sign that there was any kind of trouble. And she couldn't point to anything specific outside of, she said, maybe a couple bruises, but she said he's also a toddler who often fell down when he was running very fast. So nothing that seemed off to the point that he would disappear. But she did say that there are some neighbors who say that sometimes they notice them walking around. This is the toddler and his older brother sometimes walking around without supervision, and then they would contact Leilani about it. So many questions still unanswered tonight, but that is what investigators, that's what the FBI is getting to the bottom of. I know we have some sound from a press conference that was given by Chief Jeff Hadley from the Chatham County Police Department. Let's take a listen to that as it relates to this case.
Chief, so the FBI was there yesterday to help. Is that customary, or were there certain aspects of the case that they thought it was necessary for them to come in, and will they be continuing to help with the investigation?
They will continue to help with the investigation in this type because it's a missing child, but there's also a potential it could have been abducted. Obviously, that falls within their wheelhouse. The day Quentin was reported missing, we requested the assistance of the FBI. They responded immediately and have been on the scene with their officers since that time. Today, there are more than 40 FBI agents and personnel on the ground in Chatham County working with our group to find Quentin. Once again, we are indebted to the FBI for their unmatched expertise that they have provided to us since they arrived on scene. Less than 3 hours after Quentin was reported missing.
Let's follow up again on that timeline, Vinny. That text from the babysitter that she said she received from the mother, 5:29 a.m., It was 9:39 a.m. when police got that call that Quentin Simon was missing.
Julie Janae, in Georgia tonight, thanks so much. This case, we got to get to the bottom of it. We're going to bring in our investigators when we come back. But thank you, Julie Janae, Court TV legal correspondent. Also, coming up next hour.
All right. What's the 411? Was this intentional to tell the public her daughter put the child in a dumpster? Well, my sources say you did put the baby in a dumpster. Woo! We're going to tell everybody the place where you put him. Most of you already been getting gossip about it anyway. Hey, what do we have to lose? I mean, this is a kid we're talking about. I know you don't care about the baby, honey. Some of us do care about your baby. We're going to bring forward that information. And I also hear it's daunting right now in that landfill that they're almost wondering if they're going to find him. But you have to have hope and faith to get the job done. Got to have hope. Can't give up. As I said, don't claim it that he won't be found. Because people have been found in a dumpster. Camille McKinney is one of those stories. Dumped in a construction dumpster that was dumped in the landfill, and she was recovered. Amen. Lord have mercy. How did it come to this? Just terrible.
Shot tonight. That is the home that Quentin Simon was living in. He is missing, presumed dead. They're searching a landfill. Incredibly tragic story. With us right now, our investigators, our former special agent in charge, Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Trebor Randall, and also joining us in Salt Lake City, Utah, private investigator Jason Jensen. Great to see you both. Some of the things that we heard from Julie Janae, that text message to the babysitter, Jason, what are your thoughts there? The babysitter saying we've made other arrangements early in the morning, then all of a sudden he goes missing?
Well, yeah, that's really the key, isn't it? When you make an alternate arrangement for a child that turns up missing, you question the validity of that earlier text that they made other arrangements. You wonder if at that point there was already something that happened to the child, and now they're trying to make it look like something else was going on. And then to report to the police there was an abduction, no wonder the police are in disbelief.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Yeah, we made other arrangements. The child's been abducted, Trebor. Our child's been abducted, so we won't need the babysitter today, right? That doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. And again, from the very beginning, this didn't make any sense. You know, we have criteria set forth in our state when a child is missing, and there are details that would, support the child being in danger or there being an abduction, and that just wasn't present with this situation. It was suspicious from the very beginning.
Again, you're looking at live pictures tonight down in Chatham County, Georgia. Jason Jensen, you don't want, these confrontations between protesters and the family. Obviously, you don't want that. But your thoughts about the actions of mom not actively searching for her son, who she said apparently was abducted?
Yeah, I mean, it usually becomes a red flag when that's not happening, because it seems to be a maternal instinct for this mother to be looking for a missing child. You lose your mind wondering where they're at, what's going on. Well, I can't just sit here on my hands and do nothing. So you want to go out and do something, even if it's redundant, even if it's, not likely to yield any work. You just want to be busy, want to be active. Unlike here, I mean, this really has the sting of what happened to Orville and Orson out in California, where the step-parents didn't do any effort, and they ended up getting charged.
Trebor, we only have about literally 10 seconds. I'll give you the final word tonight on little Quentin.
Again, if you see something, say something. These things are preventable, and children don't just go missing, to your point, Ben.
All right, Trebor Randall, Jason Jensen, appreciate your time, your insight tonight.
If you see something, say something. How about that? Well, sometimes people don't see anything. If you have people that are recluse, don't mingle with people, don't send their children out to play with other children, maybe don't have them enrolled in school, exactly what is it that you're going to see? Stay woke. God forbid you have relatives that don't give a damn. They don't say anything. But they know something after the fact. Leilani. Let's talk about this trailer park. Woo, Queen's been doing some digging. Shut your mouth. I thought BJ was in the Walmart with me tonight. I was like, what the hell are you doing up here in the Walmarts? You should be down in Savannah, Georgia. Guess it's mistaken identity. Y'all know how I do. I likes to kid around. 535 Buckhalter Road, 6 minutes from Azalea Mobile Home Plaza, 4711 Ogeechee Road, Savannah, Georgia. Leilani, somebody told the Queen this is where you dumped the baby. Is that true? I'm all ears. Come talk to me. Since you like sending messages to YouTube, I'm available. I've been available. Just dial me up. Azalea Mobile Home Plaza, 4711 Ogeechee Road. Now, the thing about this address is that Buckhalter surrounds the mobile home development. And it's an interesting looking place. Not to be nasty. We all stay where we gotta stay. So I'm going to ask you this question. When you look at the diagram in the mobile home, I want to thank them for the diagram because I looked at it at first and kind of missed it and I had to have my mod. We had to blow it up. Did you dump them in the south dumpster or the ones in the back where they're recycled and green with the white top? I'm just curious. I told you, I'm not that YouTuber you want to cross. I warned some of you won't listen. Leilani, I'm going to ask you again. Did you dump that beautiful baby at that Azalea Mobile Home Plaza? Because somebody said that's where you dumped them, baby. Now, why would you want to go and do that? So that means you knew about the time, if we'd have believed you were sitting there on the camera, and you've been seen sitting there waiting on the dumpster truck to pick up the trash. Now shut your mouth. 6 minutes from Azalea Mobile Home Plaza to your address, 535 Buckhalter. Lord have mercy. What do we have here? So did you Google the trash pickup time? Or you've been over there hanging around and you knew what time the trash would come. So that means maybe you got friends over there. Come on, bring it to them, Queen. They ain't ready. I'm going to ask you again, Heifer. Have you been hanging over there in Azalea Mobile Park with some unsavory folks to know what time the trash came? Why you pick that place? See, this is where you're stupid. You don't ever shit where you eat. Ain't your mammy taught you that? You don't never do nothing where you live, where you work, and near where you sleep. 6 minutes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh. 6 minutes. You really are dumb. You are really, really dumb. You see, I had to talk to myself. That's the only way I can make these cases make sense. I sit by myself and I go over every detail said. Then I go back in and listen to it again, read it again. And I told my mom, make it make sense. Why am I dumping a baby here? Why would I randomly Google this place? People don't really Google places to dump according to the trash pickup. That's just a bit extreme. Most people just find the damn dumpster, dump the baby, dump the human. Unless there's some type of significance to the location. So somebody in the chat is saying a friend lives there. I don't have no verification of who the hell stay there. But I know that when people dump places, it's because it's familiar. Did you hear what I said? Kind of like them rap lyrics your baby daddy was spinning about dumping bodies in that river up there near Atlanta, Georgia. Them some odd words to be saying when people have actually been found dead in that river and talking about babies not coming home. So one's gonna say, is this just artistic wordings written months beforehand? Or he was trying to send us a story months ago? I don't know. You know, some of you all do strange things. They say us Southerners are different. Yes, we are. I declare. 4711 Ogeechee Road. Does that sound familiar to you? Because I got a feeling somebody saw you. Could it be they got a surveillance camera on that mobile house that's the office ting? And they went in and looked at the camera the next morning to see what the hell y'all been doing down there the night before. And I got you on camera sitting there waiting on the dumpster truck. What the hell she doing right here? Gots to be more careful. Be a shame if all that's true. You just drove 6 minutes to dump a baby. So we're going to ask you, did you dump them in the dumpster or in somebody's personal trash can? Because, you know, people do keep trash cans around near the damn door or near the driveway. Because I did see a old silver barrel, old dusty, rusty can with soda pop bottles filled up. You wouldn't be that stupid now, would you? Dump the baby in a personal garbage can. But I don't know. You might, because you ain't too bright. You are not very bright. We've seen that. And now you've been out there raising hell. So I'm going to ask you one more time before I go to that clip of you showing your ass. Azalea Mobile Home Plaza, 4711 Ogeechee Road is 6 minutes from your address, 535 Buckhalter Road. Leilani, you know damn well why they in that landfill. Whether they find your baby or not, somebody done told on you. Either that damn camera saw you, somebody eyewitness, or your phone ping, or that boy's phone ping down there in that damn mobile park. Stop this bullshit. Go on, tell them folks what you did to that baby and confess and get this over with. Quit playing hopscotch with folks, because you keep fucking around with them damn other hillbillies standing out there on that road. Somebody gonna get hurt. Y'all playing a dirty game down there. See, I know why you went to the news, because you've been listening to YouTube. I better go say something, because this sending Micah ain't working. And that damn everyday shenanigans, she know about that door being open. So you added 40 minutes to the time slot. Still stupid. Lord have mercy. Let's see what the hell these crazy folks been doing down there. Just showing out. God bless them. Last information was by Court TV. If you need verification. Oh, Lord, help us, Jesus. These people just ought to be ashamed of themselves. Just shame of themselves. Coming outside drunk, very unladylike, cussing and fussing. I don't know which is worse, you or that damn bullhorn Betty. Y'all all need help. There's no way in hell I'm going to sit there and waste my time hooping and hollering and calling people names. And frankly, a person that's choked their mama really shouldn't be standing in front of nobody's damn yard or road talking shit about violence. You choke your mama, she killed the baby. Hell, both of you bitches even. Get the hell out of here. Let's rock with it. I can't get my stuff to play. Hold on, everybody.
Quentin Simon's family has finally cracked. Last night, the eerie woman wailing from their bed.
I hear all that.
It's the grandmother.
Yeah, you are. No truth speaking. Oh, I got all the truth. I got your own words and in your own handwriting, baby. You are drunk. Oh my God. You are drunk. You need to go sit down. You know what? You need to stop drinking and stop doing drugs. If you stop drinking and doing drugs, your grandson would not be dead right now. Your grandson would not be dead. Right, Nanny? You're drunk. You beat your own children. You screwed every child you have up. Don't come here and tell me I'm a liar.
Well, they said you choked your mama, so explain that to the queen. I want to know how the hell that's better. A motherfucker that would put their hands on their own mama versus somebody that killed the baby. Can I get a witness? Okay, resume.
You're the only liar here. Don't you dare call me a liar. I have never lied about a damn thing in my life. Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe until I was 20, right? Then I grew up. I became an adult. You know damn well everything I'm reporting is the truth.
Oops, I lied up until I was 20. Bitch, you still lying. Resume.
The freaking truth, lady.
Justice for Quentin.
If you guys weren't so despicable, your grandson would be here. You're the liar. You lied to the court, you lied to the police, and you're backing your criminal daughter up. Why don't you raise some more murderers, lady? And hey, you don't want me talking to you? Here's something. Why don't you quit talking to me? You are playing, and you're an idiot. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty shit show, lady.
I just heard her mother talking to her, telling her to go ahead and say stuff for us to listen to. This is all play. Guaranteed.
I'm sure to get inside now.
Exactly.
It's a new home. Flyers out, posters out, Motion 204-95. Make free t-shirts.
Why didn't you put out missing posters?
Why did you start looking for them?
You just put out flyers. You just put out flyers.
I need to breathe. Listen, I love this baby. I want you all. I want enough more. I spent in this person food. Y'all don't understand.
What's his favorite food?
Listen, just please give me a chance to support him.
What was his favorite food then?
That's all I have to say.
She wasn't crying that night. She wanted to come in the road and kick people ass.
And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Because y'all don't let the stories with you. Y'all don't know all the facts.
And tell us the facts and we'll go home. Well, how come the camera's here now, but the cameras wasn't here when Quentin disappeared?
What? You get it? What's up? You got a question?
Come to the road. Come to the road. Come to the road. One leg and I'll beat your ass, bitch. One fucking leg and you can get it.
No, 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 no.
One leg. One leg.
No, no, you're gonna get arrested.
Come to that motherfucker, bitch. One leg and I'll scrub your ass, bitch. I had you tripping on this bitch like ketchup. Oh, this motherfucker,
Yes,
you
bitch.
mad.
Yes.
Where that baby at? That's why you mad, bitch. You running up like you gonna do something. You'll get touched tonight.
Y'all don't know anything.
Wow.
Leilani, what you do to the
Lord
baby?
efforts.
Where's that baby?
You're the one putting spotlights on.
We don't have prostitution charges. We don't have drug charges.
No, she wanna run out that gate and run back in. One person couldn't hold you the fuck back. One person couldn't. Listen, why you look outside the gate? What the fuck them cameras was like when that baby got missing, but you can put up cameras now. They know where that baby at. They know where the fuck that baby at. But DSS took my motherfucking kids, took my baby at 7 motherfucking days old just because I was living in a motherfucking motel. But I tell you one thing, I took great care of mine. You know what that baby? You couldn't give that baby the fuck away.
Justice for Quentin.
They take the wrong kids, but they don't take the fucking right kids. You understand what I'm saying? They take the wrong fucking kids. They don't take the right kids. And my thing is, everybody in this area say they seen that baby abused. You feel what I'm saying? Why couldn't the neighbors, no fucking body on this motherfucking road, pick up the phone and call DSS? But the one thing they'll call DSS for, when they tell you what they're gonna call them for, they're gonna call them if it's in a crack fucking house. Somebody been in that bitch smoking a fucking a little blunt. But I bet you them people that's on drugs, what's going on? Those motherfucking kids taken care of. They kids taken care of. It's these motherfuckers here that keep their kids suffering and shit. That baby been suffering. Ain't no ifs, buts about it. That baby been suffering, but everybody gonna come out and say he had marks on him now that he's missing. Why this shit ain't been came out?
And for the past 3 days, I've been chanting and asking them what Quentin's favorite color was. Mm-hmm. And she was closing the gate, and she finally told me that his favorite color was blue. Mm-hmm. And right after that, I asked her what was his favorite food. What did he like to eat? And she said, whatever the hell I feed him. We have that on footage as well.
We've got them caged like rabid animals in that house, and they've got drug problems, they've got alcohol problems. Trust me, I am wearing on their last nerve. They're breaking, and they can't help it because, again, they're too stupid. We've been doing this for a really long time. This is a strategy from many smart people.
I know, Lulu.
And it works. And you will continue not to get any sympathy from me. You want me to go away, Billy Joe? You want me to put me into your household? I will be happy to. I will be happy to. You know what you do? You make Leilani tell the truth. And quit calling everybody else out here that is telling the truth liars. Because the only liar here, the only liars, are you and your family. Let's get that straight. I don't have a reason to lie. None.
This is good. Let me stop this right here. let me make this clear. I don't condone anybody abusing a child, or elderly, or anybody else. Some of you think these are good tactics, but what you got to remember is that you're dealing with a sociopath. So what is fake crying, hooping and hollering by she and the mother is all an act. Hell no, they don't want you out there because you in their way, watching, stalking, gawking. But in the end, it doesn't matter. They don't care. They can always find somewhere to go lay low till you get damn tired of sitting out there with them posters and baby crying on a recording. And let me say, Miss Olivia, you did a good job narrating and cinematography. Got a little skill, young lady, but your company is not good. I will say that to you. You might need to hear that. You know, it's an old saying, you are judged by the company you keep. And this group right here, a little bit too old for you. A little too rowdy for my taste. Old woman hooping and hollering. I don't get down with all that because I feel like there's more effective ways to be heard. Where you all should be, why don't you cry at the police station? Because that's who's making the decision about Leilani Simon. That's who you need to be hollering at is Mr. Chief Hadley. Chief Hadley has had some issues when he got voted in. Town people were not happy, for those who did not know that. And the fact that you called the FBI shortly after, 3 hours, woo, it's kind of short. You hadn't even really assessed what the hell the situation was. So why did you call the FBI 3 hours in? You didn't have the manpower, woman power to investigate. And yes, for everybody in the chat, the 13-year-old black boy missing down there is found safe. Don't have any more information about where he was, but he is found safe. Nonetheless, people were not happy with you. And your police department was merged with Savannah at one time, dispersed in 2017, and now it is not. Perhaps you all need to remerge because eventually somebody else will go missing down there. These people don't care about what you're saying. That's the gist of the story. When you're dealing with a sociopath, they can fake cry, moan, say they're disturbed, upset. But in the end, this girl is glad the baby ain't found. Ain't you to figure that out? So you can't make, Billy Joel can't make her tell nothing. What the hell are you talking about? Make her tell what happened. She ain't told it thus far, and she ain't gonna tell it now because she knows every day goes by, they don't find that baby. She's on Easy Street. Come on now. And all that hooping and hollering y'all doing, it's too much. And you can't get mad at the neighbors because they're taxpayers. And when you become a homeowner, you will learn that. Maybe some of you are not homeowners, you don't understand. But let somebody get crunk near your doorway, start blocking the road, hooping and hollering, honking horns, hollering and screaming. I do believe you will start to get a little bit agitated. And just imagine if it was a cul-de-sac, a little circle. Somebody standing out there hooping and hollering. Then they got to have somewhere to park their cars. So that means they're going to be parking in spaces that visitors will be parking in on the cul-de-sac. What is understood needs no explanation. The shit going to get old. Somebody's going to get hurt. And all this running around with cameras and cell phones, putting on a show for YouTube, it's entertaining for some. But in the end, the baby dead. How about that? The baby is dead, and she's not telling you what she did, and she's not going to tell you what she did to the child because she doesn't owe you an explanation. So all this hooping and hollering and shit, blowing horns, it's ridiculous. And that would have pissed me off too because I don't want to hear you on no motherfucking bullhorn. For what? I might want to sit outside on my front porch. I might want to sit in my backyard. I don't want to hear that. It doesn't mean I'm in support of Leilani and her family, but I don't want to hear you. How about that? Because I'm the taxpayer. You're not. You're a visitor. As for the black girl hooping and hollering, I don't really know what happened with your baby in that hotel, so don't get that mistaken now. Because I'm not an eyewitness to what the fuck went on with you and DHS and your situation. How I know what you had going on in that hotel, who you had living up and down, boyfriend, lover, traffic, how we know. That's the whole point of these stories. You don't know people. We don't know you. We don't know Leilani, her mother, boyfriends, baby daddies, papa, all these relatives. We don't know these people. We just know whatever the police record will give us. But see, some of you think you're doing something down there. You're not doing nothing because you're making enemies. And you just think because you don't live there, you can go down there and ruffle up some feathers. But it don't work like that. Trust me, you can be found. Because you keep on messing with them folks, they're going to tag you before you get up out of there. You won't be making it back to where you come from. It won't be no more YouTube videos. Keep messing with them folks down there. Let me tell you something. You think you in racist Georgia? There's some white folks that'll kill some white folks. You better wake up. And they won't have no problem doing it. And guess what? They won't do you like how she did Quentin. They're going to leave your ass dead right there in the road. How about that? You're talking to a narcissist, a sociopath. She doesn't care. That's the reason why the baby's dead. That is the reason why she's dead. She never cared for the child. Never cared. Oh, let's hear what else has been going on up there. I'm not going to play all of this. But this is more mess uploaded 22 hours ago. Let's see what we got here.
How do you make a perfectly seasoned beer?
All right, everybody. Brief commercial break. It's very sad. I'm not trying to have all this stuff going on.
Nas, let me see something. Are you just checking on us? Are you making excuses to check up on us? No, I got a call.
Talking to the police, telling him, is he making excuses to check up on her? Well, they do pay bills there. Baby killer or not. Hey, where it is.
They called because they got her. I don't know if they got your stuff in there, all this stuff. We were and they put us on we were saying prayers. Yeah, they had all so
what up, dog?
Hi, everything's fine. He seems like a chill cop, guys. He's chill. Okay, hold on. Now we got the neighbor that's across the street, the old man, calling the cop. Okay. So this cop is a cool cop because he's friends with the neighbors, so we're good. This is just, guys, at nighttime, it's a whole different vibe. This is my first time being here at night. It's a different vibe. It's a different vibe. But Bullhorn is on her way. I'm gonna get some more shots. Be right back.
No, this is good. Get him away, please.
Yeah. Did that just turn on? Yeah, I'm just yeah, I'm not alone. I'm with my mom, guys. My mom would not let me go out alone. The last time I've done this was during Ryan laundry when we were out at nighttime doing this. So it's been a minute.
Why do it at all? I don't understand.
But yeah, there's a lot more people in here since I last asked this question. But what do you guys think about the interview with Leilani? Do you think it was genuine or do you think it was fake? Comment 1 if you think it was fake. Comment 2 if you thought it was genuine. I'm just curious to see. Oh, and that is, this comment isn't the land still a diversion. That's something that I'm starting to believe. And we got someone say genuine. We got a lot of ones.
Oh, Lordy.
Guys, and Bullhorn Betty shows up. Oh, someone asked about the pizza. We never got the pizza. That's okay. Oh, I'm trying to keep up here with the comments. It's hard to. I forgot to do the thing that slows down the comments this time.
This girl, I don't understand
What?
why she's involved with these people.
Well, I
It's
wanna
very
see-
strange to me.
That's the problem. You all act the same. It is astonishing. I now get how police officers are able to tell when somebody's lying to them and not lying to them, right? Because they deal with people that are honest and they deal with people that lie. And you kind of get to know how that
All right,
works.
honey.
We
Thanks.
know specifically that they act like every other criminal we deal with. They lock themselves in the house. They spend more time calling the cops on protesters and things like that. It literally is the exact same thing. Maybe a couple little nuances here and there, but their actions spit an image of one another. Exactly like the West. You know, the West boys, Classic and Sincere, where their step-parents murdered them and had their other siblings help bury their bodies.
Their adoptive
That
parents.
case,
Legal.
you know, that those parents, they also acted this way. Don Wells and Candace Bly also acted this way. I could literally go on here for a half an hour of every guilty person acting the same exact way as these people in this home. So if you guys haven't been paying attention, you know, those stupid people out there on YouTube that think these people are innocent, they haven't been doing this very long. Or they've just intentionally went as far as they can to protect the criminals of this country. And we're seeing that each and every day. Thanks, Steve. I will let Olivia know when she gets back from recording. We appreciate your love and support.
I want to stop there. This is bullshit. I don't understand what the hell y'all are doing. I don't understand none of this. At all. I got the link. If you want to give your opinion pertaining to Debbie Collier and this mess going on in Savannah, Georgia, Leilani getting jiggy, wanting to come outside and argue with random strangers, please hit the link. It's very sickening to me. Because they don't care. That's the thing some of you don't get. Anybody can pretend that they're upset and distraught because you're standing out there on the road or coming up on the lawn, banging on the windows, whatever the hell you're doing. In the end, they got resources to remove themselves, get somewhere, and they'll see how far you're willing to follow them. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's 2-part live. Investigators are notioning that perhaps Debbie Collier was not murdered. No evidence is linking to her immediate family. So what happened to Debbie Collier? Did she kill herself? Did she set up this ruse that somebody had her, sent that money to her daughter, and went off into the forest and killed herself? Or it was an accident? She went there to be by herself and fell down, hit her head. What? Some strange stuff going on. I must admit, Georgia lately is, oh my goodness. I don't know what y'all got going on in that water, river, whatever. It ain't good. Just bad, man. Really, really bad. Really, really bad. I just think it's so strange how they said that this was a targeted homicide pertaining to Debbie Collier. And now a high-ranking member is under the assumption that this is either accident or suicide. And no, autopsies have come back. No, nothing. This is bizarre. Very, very bizarre. Lord have mercy. I just don't get it. Very, very strange. And that'd be even more interesting if we find out she did kill herself. I wanted to hear what she said she spoke to her. Bullhorn Betty. I don't know about that. You don't buy what, honey?
Check out the general.
All right. I want y'all to listen to this here. It's very strange stuff down here. Debbie did not take her own life, and baby killers need lock up. Yeah, well, you're entitled to your opinion.
You did that to him. It is absolutely gut-wrenching, and I can't imagine the fear that was in that baby's face that night. While he's looking up at his mom, wondering what he did so wrong, that she had so much rage to do whatever it is that she done.
Hit the link, give your opinion.
I cannot imagine.
Hey y'all, it's coming.
Where is Leilani? Where's Greg?
When you have officers stopping people that have not committed a crime, have not done anything wrong, and have no probable cause for pulling them over, that we have a problem with. That is a constitutional matter. Failing to apply the law equally to all the people out here is another constitutional issue. These are problems that I have. When you're allowing a baby killer that's on supervised release to lay in her bed, and you're arresting people for walking this street, I have a problem with that.
Just like the girl that got arrested last night. She ran across the yard, hit on the window. They arrested her. They allowed Billy Joe to press charge.
They had every right to arrest her, dingbat. You are on private property banging on someone's doors and windows. You would do the same thing if somebody right now started banging on your windows and running on your lawn. You would do the same. Whether you killed a kid or not, you would be asking through the door, what the hell's your problem? What you doing over here? Hell, you might even come outside and say something depending on your type of disposition. You all act like these people can't retaliate or get somebody to retaliate. That's what you don't get. They don't have to do something to you directly. They could get somebody else to just ride by, point a gun out the fucking window and blow your damn brains out and drive off. You thinking somebody's coming by to support the baby? Because you all said, honk your horn, honk your horn. Well, they might come honk and shoot. How about that? This is not a game. You're just taking advantage of the situation that you ain't got arrested yet standing down there, but you cannot just be on people's property banging on windows and doors. You know that is wrong. Whether you like the people or not, doesn't matter. Because if that's the case, you're not doing it with all these other people out here. You got rapists, sadists, child molesters running around on bond. You ain't fucking with them. You ain't banging on their damn door. You ain't following them to work. That's what I find so interesting. You picking and choosing which stories to immerse yourself in and then just run out there and chase in behind them. You're going to chase in behind the wrong damn one. Because there are people who have retaliated against their victims and killed them. So they didn't go to court and testify. Why would you think a person wouldn't do it to a protester? That's the most amazing thing to me that I don't get. There have been many people who never made it to court to testify as an eyewitness or a direct victim. And you a protester showing your face and hooping and hollering and got your name on a YouTube channel and think somebody couldn't find you. You people are really naive. Because I wouldn't be down there bothering them folks. There's people get killed every day for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Such as Quentin Simon. He got killed for nothing. But why would you be exempt? Because you was out there with an iPhone? Oh, they wouldn't do nothing to me because I'm filming it. Okay. Well, if I followed you out of there and bum rush your ass, what your iPhone gonna do if you laying dead? Nothing, because I'm gonna take your phone. You think I'm gonna let you hold on to the phone to ID me? This is not a game. This baby is gone. Brother and sister in foster care. And it doesn't matter what you do. They don't care about what you're doing. Matter of fact, let me tell you what they're doing. They playing along with you. If you didn't figure that part out. You playing the recording of the baby crying, she yelling back, I want my baby. I want my baby. I want my baby. Damn, you didn't put that on paper. You didn't figure that out. It's a game. Y'all playing a game right now. You go low, she go lower. That's what's going on. You play the recording, she yell back, she want her baby. You keep playing it, she yell back, she want her baby. Oh, we're trying to grieve. Oh, can you just please leave us alone? Oh, I'm in mourning. They ain't been out there cussing and crying. Only until y'all came. It's a game. You keep doing shit, they keep doing shit. How about that? And as you see, there's no arrest because she's hoping they don't find the baby. Hell no, she didn't look for her baby. Why am I looking for something I wanted to throw away? I didn't want them, so I threw them out. Killed them and I threw them out. I don't care nothing about you coming down here from Florida somewhere, standing out in the damn road, making a fool out yourself. That's you. And you sitting there acting like you all are the only ones that care for Quentin. No, the rest of us got enough sense to stay the fuck off of people's private property. How about that? Exactly. They laughing behind that fence. You damn Skippy. Turned up, drunk, and all of that. So you filming, oh, she drunk. Oh, the mama drunk. Oh, the daughter drunk. And they drunk on private property where they're supposed to be. Kids get killed every day. Murdered every day. Mamas and daddies get killed. Grandmamas get killed. Why you ain't on no other people's lawns and apartment buildings? Because as I said, there's some places right now you wouldn't dare go with a bullhorn. Blow your damn brains out. You all are picking and choosing which cases that you can go run up on people's lawns with laundry baskets and all that shit. Because that shit y'all did in Florida was outrageous and it was foul. Because I understood how those neighbors feel. Because when you want to come home and relax and drink you a cup of coffee or turn on your Netflix or your soap opera or whatever you like, read your book, Don't nobody want to hear that bullshit out the damn door and the window. Somebody might want to open their door and let the glass door stay closed, raise the screen. Florida has mild weather. Georgia got mild weather. Don't nobody want to hear that mess outside their damn door. All that hooping and hollering. You think them people care about Leilani and Billy Joe? 9 times out of 10, they don't. But they're minding their business. They're minding their business. They're going to let the police take care of it because that's the police's job. You all are sitting up here thinking you're doing something. Well, we're the only ones that care. You're going to know our name. Oh, I know you're a fool. That's what I know. I live in a city that's rising with crime every day. You don't see me running around chasing nobody with a fucking phone. Talking about, come outside. Come outside. I know you killed that girl. I know. I can go to these people's houses. They give their addresses, public information. But I got to be able to walk around too. How about that? I got to be able to go somewhere and not worry about somebody coming up and carjacking me or shooting me all because I want to make a YouTube video. Because you got people like that. They'll ride or die with their friends and their family. You got people right now, they don't even want you talking about a true crime story, even if you're just giving your opinion. You don't even have to be a YouTuber. People are sick. Well, that old man, he 80 years old, he can be frustrated. He's a homeowner. So don't tell him how long he's owned his house. That's his house. That's his house. That's his neighborhood. If he want to walk outside right now in his boxer shorts and go to the mailbox with a cup of coffee and a toboggan on, that's his business. If Leilani and her mama want to get drunk on their property, that is their business because they live there. They're not in the street getting drunk. You the one in the street. You the one in the public street disrupting the peace. All because you the only ones in America care about this baby. No, you're not. You're the only ones out there making a fool out of yourself. There's a difference. Hit the link if you want to get your opinion pertaining to Debbie Collier and this Leilani Jiggy mess. And where is Danny? Danny, are you going to come forward and speak and tell us what the fuck is going on? Because everybody else has spoke. Billy Joe spoke. Your baby mama spoke. A brother Joe has spoken. Another brother Michael has spoken. Bubba has spoken. So you might as well come on and join the ranks too.
Charges on her husband. But when the neighbor over here, French fry guy, came out with a bat, he came out with, went and got the bat and came out with the bat while the cops were standing there. They didn't arrest him. He had to go back in his house. They told us we had to wait till Monday morning and go up there and pay $75 to press charges on him so they can come pick him up. He threatened us with a bat. How was that fair? Billy Joe had to go down there and just barge in this lady's house. She didn't go to jail. They told her there was nothing she could do about it as long as she didn't come in and take anything or hit anybody. There was nothing they could do. But poor Kimberly went to jail last night because she hit on the window.
She should have went to jail. She had no business doing that.
It doesn't seem fair, and it's almost like I don't know what.
And let me say something to you with your bobblehead ass. You sitting there with your little girl right there while you all are yelling profanities and talking crazy. You're not setting a good example for your daughter. Frankly, I don't even believe in taking a child underage to a protest like that. Because people are cursing and using derogatory language, you shouldn't even have your child there. And you're sitting here condoning somebody banging on somebody's window doors, and they're going to try to compare it to the neighbor coming out with a bat. They're not the same because the neighbor lives there. You don't. You do not live in the neighborhood. You do not own a house in the neighborhood. You do not rent anywhere in the neighborhood. So therefore, if the neighbor wants to come out with a bat, he can. So long as he don't swing that motherfucker and hit you with it. Because by law, he's got to drag your dumb ass in his house to get away with beating the hell out of you. But you look stupid sitting there trying to compare the two when he's a homeowner and he's an old man. And you're sitting there with your kid listening at that garbage. So we could question your parenting skills. Because I wouldn't take my child around people cussing and fussing like that. That's ignorant. So this is what I always told people about the people that protest and do all that fussing and cussing. Sometimes in that group of people, they are the same as the people they're criticizing. Because I bet you most of those people standing out there, they got a lot of drama in their lives. I put money on it. I bet money on it. You got a black girl talking about her baby was taken from her while living in a hotel. You got this dumb broad sitting there with her daughter. The daughter looks bored, staring into the camera. She should be somewhere playing with her friends or doing homework. No, she's standing on a public road with her stupid mama and a bunch of strangers. You want to teach her about right and wrong? You can do that at home. Hey, little girl, if you see something, say something. If you see one of your friends look like they're being abused, battered, go tell a teacher. Come tell me. Go tell an adult. Hello, 80. Yeah, a school night. Exactly. And you got your kid out there when she should be at home. And she looks bored because she's twisting around because she's bored. She's sitting around a bunch of adults. It's not a place for a child. But see, those are the same people I'm talking about. They're throwing daggers at Leilani and Billy Joe, but look at what you're doing with your own kid. You got one sitting there talking about she lost custody of hers. Then you sitting there with yours being an eyewitness to some buffoonery. So make that make sense. Since you're going to say that don't make no sense, him coming out there with a bat and don't get arrested. Then you get mad because the police comes up and check on Leilani. You think they want something to happen to her, you dizzy broad. They don't want nothing to happen to Leilani because they want to make sure she is whole for when they arrest her. Hell yeah, he gonna check on her. Hell yeah, they gonna check on her. Hey, you all right over here? Because they want to make sure justice is served. Nobody beats her to death before we can get handcuffs on her. God, you are stupid. You're just stupid as hell.
I don't know what Chatham County PD is trying to do with defending them, and it's almost like they're defending them and taking their side with all of this. Don't make it seem like they're the victims here because they're not. Quentin's the victim, and Zane is a victim, and poor little former Colts guy, she's probably a victim too.
One of the people that knew who I was when I first pulled up here is posting the mugshot of Kimberly right there, and she, as people stated, you know, she is smiling in her shot. You know, I probably would be too. I've got to be honest with you. I mean, if you're going to go to jail for something this stupid, I'd be smiling too. You know, I'd be like, really, like, you got a baby killer right there, but I'm going to jail.
You're going to jail because you are violating a person's personal property. You don't have any business banging on their window. It's not like you know them. You going over there to check on them because they haven't been answering their phone, or you haven't seen them and you're worried about their welfare. You're banging on the windows because you don't like her and you think she should be arrested. You don't have the right to do that. Because like I said, if you're going to do one, you do them all. You all are picking and choosing what stories you want to go harass the neighbors, harass the neighborhood, harass the family. We know what Leilani did. We know she's wrong. We know her mother has aided her, enabled her for years. We know they're bottom feeders, but you're on the same level because you're stooping to their level. That's why you don't get it. They want you to keep doing that shit because then they can get a reason to act out. You're not really bright. These people are cunning and they're used to hustling and manipulating people. So really, you giving them what they want because there's going to be a poor soul out there that's going to say, oh, that's so terrible. They keep harassing those people. We don't really know if she killed her baby or not. You know damn well there's somebody out there that believes she didn't kill her baby. So you help and feed a gullible mind. Oh, they're attacking those people. Let justice be served first. Exactly. Then they can look like victims. Thank you, Teresa K. You have the few who will think these people are innocent. Support them. And with you harassing them, beating on windows and doors, blocking the driveway, hooping and hollering, raising the dead, getting the other innocent people in the neighborhood upset. You're feeding into what they want, which is attention. Because you can best believe, just like there were people that supported Don Wells and Candace, there are some people in Georgia and around the world that are supporting Leilani and her mother and family. And one day you're going to be walking somewhere, as you just said, oh, they knew who I was when I pulled up. Well, that's what's going to happen one day when you walking around down there in Florida. You're going to be walking into the Piggly Wiggly, and somebody going to say, hey, you Betty Bullhorn? Yes. And it's going to be just like John Lennon, going to blow your damn brains out. Because you somebody important on YouTube. No, you're not. And you got that white girl wrapped up in that shit with you, that damn Olivia girl. She seems like she could be a nice girl. Scott, as my mod says, good production skills, all that. She should be taking that talent somewhere else instead of fucking following you all around down in Florida and now Savannah. She's got editing skills. You don't. If I was her, I'd go edit my own videos, follow myself around. I wouldn't follow you all no fucking why. Because you're ignorant. For the world of me, I don't know why that young girl is wrapped up with you all. It's very strange behavior to me. Very strange behavior. Because she's got the skills to do her own work by herself without having all that mess of you all hollering in the background. And I just want to be a part of it. Because the thing you ought to understand, obviously, is that this is how people get hurt. You could be there saying, well, I'm a peaceful protester. Somebody pull up and just park their car. They don't yell, they don't scream, they just hold a sign. Well, what if somebody decide they want to come through and mow everybody down in their car or truck? And guess who first gets hit by the car? The peaceful protester. The one that's just sitting there ain't saying nothing. The one that ain't cursing. That's the first one that's going to end up in ICU or dead. Oh, we didn't hear them saying anything. They were just standing outside their car. They weren't screaming and hollering. Well, something wrong with her mama then. Because I wouldn't have my daughter, even though the girl is probably an adult, but her mom should be telling her, why don't you go solo and do your own thing? You don't need to be hanging around these people because these people going to get you killed. Now, I just don't know if she's just gullible. She just like following behind people. Maybe she likes clicks and views. I don't know. Everybody loves saying you get paid when you monetize, but I just feel like there's just certain things I'm not getting ready to do for no clicks and no views. And I'm definitely not going on nobody's property. Especially not down there. Georgia is a mean state, let me tell you. And I wouldn't be dicking around with the police, the sheriff down there. I would not. Because I've heard horrible stories of people who have gotten themselves incarcerated fucking around in Georgia. So you all think this is a joke going down there harassing them folks? Just keep on playing their games if you want to. Do you all think the chief is on an ego trip? That's something I wanted to ask the chat pertaining to this case. Is there some underlying issues? I think Georgia is a stand your ground law. Yeah, I think it is. But the thing is, I wouldn't even want to risk shooting somebody for the fear hell I would be on trial for murder, even if the people were in the wrong. Because, everything stands on 12 members of a jury. But I always say, why go look for trouble? Trouble didn't come find you, so why did you go look for it? That's how I feel in this case. Why not go to the police department? That's who the hell I want to talk to. It's the chief. Hey, why haven't you arrested this woman? Hey, we've been sitting here waiting on an arrest. That's what you should be doing, is talking to the chief. He's the one making the decision not to arrest her. You standing out there with a bullhorn, that's not going to get her arrested. You really think that's eating her up? Leilani could go somewhere right now and find somebody's house to go spend the night in, find her a gullible man to take her in. You all are really stupid. Just stupid. You think she don't got some men in her inbox right now probably asking her, hey, you want to meet for lunch? You want to meet for dinner? Hey, you want to come visit? And before you know it, you won't see her. She'll be gone somewhere. Out of sight, out of mind. Dear God.
Really? Like, you got a baby killer right there, but I'm going to jail. Great job, Chief of Police. Like, I could literally go on for days about this.
I can't sleep at night. I don't eat as much anymore. I stay sick to my stomach ever since this happened.
DoorDash. That's funny.
And it's not even my child, but I would have gladly taken him, his brother, and his sister.
Exactly, the courthouse. That's the perfect place to go. Police station and the courthouse.
With that camper behind them, they're not using turn signals. They're running red lights. Though I got a friend of mine on the phone that I grew up with. She's following them.
She needs to call law enforcement.
And they're running red lights.
She needs to call law enforcement and report it.
Right, and get her
Hang
killed.
up the phone with her and tell her call 911.
Stupid.
Take time away.
Call hang up with me and call the law and let them know that these people
And record them.
record it while to have somebody else record it from one phone. Call the cops. Let them know that they're running red lights. They're not using turn signals, and let them know that
And they have no tag.
They have no tag on the camper. Describe the camper to them, but keep following them
And keep recording them.
and
That'll be used
and
against
keep
them.
recording them. And as soon as you see them stop and pull in somewhere, they're gonna wherever they're gonna park that camper at. Let me know where they're at.
They already know. They're watching us on.
All right, thank you, baby.
The police have been here all day, running through here back and forth. Yet they're allowing a large trailer that can kill somebody, to be driving down the road without a registration, without tags, and driving like a bat out of hell, changing lanes, not using turn signals, running red lights. This is insane.
I would have gladly had 7 kids running to their house without a problem, because if I get overwhelmed, I know to walk off. I know to call my mom and say, hey, I need help. I know to call a friend, hey, can you come help me for a minute? It's not that hard. She had every resource available to her, and the easiest way out.
Well, obviously she didn't have any resources, Dodo Bird, because the mother who had custody of her, she was out of town being a welder. Break it down, kids. What do you have to say?
Oh, it's
these people are just as stupid as they are. Just stupid.
It is different day, same crap. At some point, this arrest is gonna come. It's just about being patient.
Sad.
It's a hot mess.
Yeah. I don't know about the camper situation, dear. Oh my gosh, look at you. Hello.
Hello.
Well, you want to start with Debbie Collier first?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
We can start with her. That's a little interesting.
Yes, it is.
Did she? Is there any facts, or is there anything else that says that she was suicidal? Had she been thinking about that? Had she been depressed? Was there any telltale signs? Or, is it foul play?
Hold on a minute, Kinsley. Ashley 87, let me tell you something. Keep chasing them around. All they got to do is say, we fear for our safety. There's somebody chasing us, trying to mow us down. They could. You're in a standing ground state. So jump out and they could shoot them right there on the spot. You understand what I'm saying?
Was that from tonight?
This was, I think, yesterday's video that she uploaded. Let me see. Yeah, a day ago. But you get what I'm saying? You're in a state where you can defend yourself. God forbid, I don't know if they're a licensed carrier who's in the car with Billy Joe or whomever, but too many people following somebody, too many people piled up in a truck or car. How are you going to prove that you weren't trying to harm these people? You see what I'm saying? You can't just building them.
At this point, they don't even need to be followed. I mean, for all we know, that they have trackers on their vehicles. Just because they're not telling the general public, or just because the chief says, no, I don't know where she is. Come on. Do you think that's the truth?
But I wouldn't be following them anywhere. You try to get a story and get stuff on camera, but you're going to get yourself in a situation because they could lead you down a one-way or a dead end. And how are you going to prove who did what to whom on that road?
It's not even worth it at this point.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Your life is valued way more than this shit show that they got going over there in their own home.
Exactly.
It's all going to play out in a matter of time. Like you and I discussed earlier, I really think that he wants a body. The chief wants a body.
Yeah.
I know, because my husband has said the FBI has put in a recommendation for them to apprehend her and take her into custody. The chief will not do it. So therefore, what does that tell us? He wants a body.
Yeah, he wants a body.
He wants a body.
I think
and
he's
me
an ego
personally,
trip.
I think he wants the gratification. Hey,
Yes, that I did
we
this.
did it. And
Yeah.
that is why they have not turned that case over to the FBI. They are not capable. They were not capable. Hence the reason they contacted their local field office 3 hours in. They don't have the resources at all.
Kay has a good comment. I could possibly understand accident in Debbie's case if it weren't for the money and the burning. Exactly.
Yeah, see, the money is where the whole Venmo thing is where.
Yes, Alicia, I agree with you too. Fragile ego. Yes.
We don't know because of that Venmo. That Venmo just flipped that whole thing upside down. And when you first look at it and you're like, okay, Venmo, she was being kidnapped.
Why they can't find the money? Now I find that strange. What do you mean you can't find the money? If that's what we believe, that's the problem too. You can't find the money. Because the money had to be transferred or pulled off the account itself, the card. Like put it in a machine like you do when you go to Cash App. I don't know about Venmo, but Cash App, you can go in the store. Depending on the store, if it has the capability, it'll ask you for cash back, and then you just put in the amount.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know anything about that. Now, I do know, like, to pay somebody with Venmo, because I pay my exterminator on Venmo, because they're just like a mom and pop pest control.
Yeah.
And they like to be paid through Venmo. Now,
okay.
I don't know how that works, like when they go to transfer it once I send it, but I know once I send it, it's out of my checking account instantly.
Lord have mercy. What y'all talking about press passes?
Oh, because I think Betty has a press patch, or Bullhorn has a press patch.
She not, but how's she a member of the press?
Well, that's why the chief won't let her in. They said
it's amazing the lies you can tell your own self. You hear me?
Yeah. She claims to have a press pass, and you know, I don't know nothing about that because I'm not part of the press.
Yeah.
I don't know how
look, let me tell you something. That woman just talks so much. She's like another person that used to be, every time you turn around, he has something to say. He likes, they like to toot their own horn, just go on and on and on. And it's just like, you are a random human being. And I don't know who told you that you got it going on like that, but you just random. You decaffeinated coffee. How about that? And most of us like real coffee. I want some caffeine, okay?
Yeah, I want me some hot coffee, strong.
So, what do you think about this Debbie Collier situation?
I don't know.
Suicide, accident, what? She set it up, make it look like somebody was after her for attention.
But for what though? Like,
I don't know.
For what? Now, could it have been that and it went bad? You know what I mean? Like,
Gigi, I haven't been told that I'm a part of the press because I'm a YouTuber. Nobody's told me that. I have never gotten a notification from Google to tell me I'm a part of the press because I'm a YouTuber. That was not a part of the criteria. I'm just saying. It's never been told to me. Go ahead, finish, honey.
So let's just say that her and some people were gonna potentially set up this fake disappearance and it went bad, or fake kidnapping and it went bad. That could have been something that transpired. We really don't know. The minute I heard about this whole money thing, I thought, okay, she was being kidnapped. Foul play.
Oh, you know what? That's interesting. What if they all got in cahoots to do something to get back at the husband or something, and then something?
What if it was
wrong?
life insurance? What if she was going to try and collect on her life insurance?
By faking her death?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah, but you fake your death when it could be something like falling in the water. The plane went in the water, your boat went over the water. Not actually having a real body.
She was burned, right?
A little bit. I think partially.
Oh, okay. Now that's a painful death. Can you imagine how painful that was, or it could be? I mean, I can't see anybody in the right mind setting themselves on fire. But then again, I don't know. Anything is possible.
Strange. Very strange.
Yep, it's all a little weird. Has her daughter said anything recently?
Wait, hold on a minute.
She's over there probably pouring herself some wine.
What about the daughter?
I said, what are you doing over there, pouring some wine?
No. No, I had to step away for a minute. Okay, so I just think it's strange reading this article that they think this is crazy to me, a possible suicide or accident. This is this bad, man. This is really bad.
But that's a painful death. I mean that's.
But I don't even think she's fully burned from my understanding, or I don't know.
I don't know. That to me, just thinking about that makes me cringe because that let me tell you, about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, my husband burnt his arm from like the wrist up to the elbow, and he had 3rd-degree burn. And that shit was so bad looking that I don't even know how he dealt with the pain.
How did he burn himself?
Something at something blew up on him. I'll just put it that way. Something blew up at him at a.
Was he on the job?
Yes.
Oh my God! Damn.
Basically, like a makeshift bomb.
Was he detonating it?
No, the robot was trying to go in.
Oh my God! Crazy.
Before the robot had went in, another member of like the task force that he was part of at that time, went in and grabbed this backpack, and it poof, and he was standing right there. So, but I mean, you can't tell now just because his arms are completely tattooed, but I looking at the whole process from start to healing.
Yeah, he's lucky to be alive.
Oh yeah, first, you know what? Let me tell you the worst part of it. I was calling him because he hadn't called me all day, and that's very weird. He always calls me at least once a day, and I'm like, where the hell's he at?
Mm-hmm.
He's not answering his cell phone.
Yeah,
and I knew he had called me at one point and said, "Hey, don't call me. We're headed to do a bust." Okay, I already know what that means. Don't call. He'll call me. And he hadn't called me. It was like 8 hours. And then I was starting to get sick, right? Like something's wrong. And then I shit you not, after 8 o'clock at night, right through the front door, here he comes. And his arm is completely bandaged.
Oh, God.
And he's got it. They got it in this device to where it like doesn't sit, you can't move it, basically.
Yeah.
You can't extend it and you can't fold it. And I'm like freaking out. What happened? And here I'm thinking something tragically happened, that, he hadn't called me. I thought he was dead. But he's like, I'm good. I told nobody to call,
Thanks, Queen.
I knew how you were going to be. But yeah, that's what happened. It looks great, though. You can't see it just because it's tattooed. But it could have went way worse than it did.
Okay.
That shit he said was painful. That's what I was getting at. He said that.
How long ago was that?
How long ago?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Julian is 20. So I think my 20-year-old was like 2 at the time.
Good Lord. That's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Somebody in the chat says, I don't believe she done it to herself. That's Lum Queen. K80 says when she says they won't let me go, it's like the person she's talking to is supposed to know who they is. I don't know. I tried chopping my head up with it earlier. The Venmo is what throws everybody off. That's what I believe led to them thinking the daughter was behind it.
The money and the word they.
Yes.
Who is they?
But let's say she's decided to kill herself and she's making up crazy people talk and telling her, oh, they're trying to get me. Get the key. It's under the flower pot as like a last hurrah. Could it be that?
Yeah. At this point, anything is possible. I mean, we've seen some weird shit lately. So anything is possible. I was asking you before you walked away, has her daughter been spoken to anymore? I haven't seen anything.
No, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything at all.
Well, depending on I wonder if they did. Have they released any toxicology on her?
Nothing's back. That's why I find it strange that you're not switching it from she was targeted, intentional, to now possible suicide or accident. And this is coming from a high-ranking member in the investigation.
Well, I mean, they could have something, within her phone records or in her house, journal, a piece of paper, maybe.
But nothing is leading back to any family members close to her, any evidence.
Well,
that's not good if we want to believe she was murdered.
At this day and age, we can't put anything past anybody because people can fake anything real good. You can fake a death, you can fake a freaking suicide, you can fake all kinds of craziness.
Well, she didn't fake nothing because they got a body.
Well, yeah, I wonder how much money.
Oh, Alicia has a good point. What if they're saying that to see if a potential suspect is sloppy?
Yeah.
Well, then that means you all need to quit talking because you're going from one thing to the other. First, you got a suspect. Now you don't got a suspect. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? You went from it looks like a homicide to now we think it's accidental.
They could be doing that in hopes that somebody slips up, or was there a reward? If so, how much? Has there been a lot of tips? Maybe there's been no tips.
That's something I hadn't heard either. Reward.
Maybe that's why they're leaning more towards suicide. But that to me that is still a very painful. I would not want to do.
Yeah, but how did she die by suicide? Because she ain't burnt up her whole body. I don't think her whole body was charred.
Well,
that I know of.
She's still trying to. Let's just hypothetically say she was really trying to take her own life. Maybe she didn't put enough gasoline or whatever she lit herself on fire with, if that's what they're trying to say.
What if we got this right here? Let's do this. We're going to go with Alicia's theory and this theory here. What if Debbie is mentally disturbed, went in those woods to get attention, and ended up trying to burn herself, making people think she was kidnapped and fucked around and did have an accident?
Yeah, it very well could be. Yep.
Wow, that would be even more crazy. That she didn't really want to kill herself, but maybe she wanted attention because maybe her marriage isn't going well. They don't speak, they don't talk. We did hear they were sleeping in different rooms because of allegedly sleep issues with the husband. Who's to say this was her attention, her way of getting attention from people? She's lonely and she fucked around and got in there, stumbled and fell, hit her head on a rock. I don't know.
That is very possible.
That
almost sounds more logical.
Yeah, because I'm sure that has happened with people doing stuff and then boom, they hurt themselves in trying to maybe do something to get attention.
Yeah, all the time. You hear about all these people that, they take pills and in hopes to, or try.
What about embezzling money? What if they means her work or something and she did embezzle money? I think they would have told you she stole some money. They would have told it.
That would have came out. They've in the beginning. Went to her
that would have came out in the beginning. Yeah. Yeah.
Those were the first people they go to.
That also, we hear that there's some money missing from an account, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And if she had stole money, she probably would have shot herself. done got it over with.
Good
She wouldn't have went to this elaborate. I don't guess. I don't know.
No, because
I don't know what to say.
that what you just said, that is one elaborate scheme.
Somebody said, why would she take all her items out? I don't know. That's the whole point. If they're getting ready to switch it up, then we got to chop up everything that happened out there in the woods with those items. Why did she buy the items?
Was there?
I thought they was intentional bought anyway. Those items to set a fire.
There was nobody else, right, that was seen in that store buying that stuff. Just her.
Just her. She bought all the items, went in the car. They got the timeline down on the Venmo to be the time that she'd be sitting in the car. So it wasn't like her life was threatened. You don't know that anybody jumped in the car and pulled a gun out on her unless she jumped out the car and didn't lock the doors, and then somebody got in the back seat, laid down. But I still can't see. Even in a van, you can see somebody laying down as soon as you open the door.
Yeah.
Because they'll be laying in that first row seat. You couldn't miss them.
It's just all these cases, they get weirder and weirder.
Very, very strange.
If it ain't a missing kid, we got this shit.
Yeah, it's very strange because I can't put my finger on it for the world. I mean, I'm just like, what in the world? I've been saying this for the past 2 days. Every time I get off a live, there's something new about something. And I knew something about Debbie Collier was coming because these other people kept talking about her. 2 people talking about her on their channels. And then, boom, here comes this article about or suicide. Jesus Lord, this is bad.
That so far, what you just said sounds more logical than anything else.
That she tried to set it up like she was going to kill herself.
Yeah.
And had an accident.
Yep. I didn't even think of that.
Maybe tried to just get some attention and something went wrong.
Maybe
while she was playing with a lighter or something.
Problems in her marriage or whatever. She wanted to rail him in like, I need your attention.
I'll get back at him.
Yep.
Then you got this daughter there begging and bumming probably. As soon as she gets off gets on the ground. Yeah, steep ravine. That's what I'm saying. She could have been carrying the stuff, fell, hit her head. We don't know what kind of rocks are down in there. Could have been a pop ball around. I don't know. Maybe she found out her hubby was having an affair. And what? Try to set him up, make it look like I said, to kill herself? Lord Jesus.
This stuff will drive you to drink.
Sure will. God forbid, do the other. Yeah. Might be more to it than that sleeping in another room.
Yeah. That sounds very feasible, especially with there being problems in their marriage. She was, like you said, I'm going to get back at him or I need his attention. That sounds more plausible than anything so far. And the whole
I saw a movie like that where they were trying to dump this body, I think, in the lake, right?
Who?
It was a movie. The person was trying to dump the body in the lake. I think it was a guy. Well, as he's throwing the body over into the water, he's got the body wrapped around a rope, but his foot gets caught in the rope and pulls him overboard, and he ends up dying under the water with the person he just pulled over. I can't remember what movie that was, but that was a crazy ending right there.
Yeah, that's a little dramatic.
Hey, that's the point. You killed somebody. Yep. You're trying to dump them, get rid of them. Now you're going overboard with them.
Karma.
I can't remember if the murder was justified or not. I can't remember which movie it was, but I thought that was a whack. I said, this is a crazy ending. Because that's an ending you're not expecting.
No, You like watching that stuff by yourself?
Of course I do. Sometimes.
Oh no.
If I had a significant other to watch it with me, I'd be good. Kind of hard.
Yeah.
Hard out here for a player, girl. Oh, Lord. Kind of slow in this chat tonight.
Well, I did talk to my husband tonight. I told him that if he's not home by this weekend and he's still over there next weekend, I'm going.
Oh my God.
So we can
Let's
get
see your ass down there. Jesus. Well.
That was the first thing he said.
Don't you tell him you everyday shenanigans mod down there raising hell.
Right?
I have to come down there and start whooping them folks' asses down there.
I got
I want Big Angie to come down there. Oh shit.
You're gonna see me with my camera around
you go
my
down
neck.
there. You be incognito. Don't say nothing. Don't open your mouth. Don't let them know. Don't let them know who you are. Just nod your head and look. Just stand and look like everybody else.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I park my car further down from where all the hoopla and just get a bullseye view. Film it.
Yeah,
send it to me.
That's exactly what my husband said. He was like, "You are not going out there."
Send me the footage of these stupid ass folks, or take me to the trailer park. I'd rather do that.
That's why I want to go. I want to see it myself to get us first.
Yeah, I want to see the trailer park. That's what I want to see. Where all the dumpsters are. Where all the dumpsters are located in the trailer park. That would be more interesting. I've had enough of looking at Leilani's house.
Yeah, I want a good, like my own visual video, to just drive through there and actually check it out and see what is where, and how long it would take you to get from
6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's not long. It's like what, 1.8 mile or 1 point something mile.
7.
Yeah, so I told him and he's like, okay, but you're not going to go causing no mischief over there. No, not me. He told me, because if you get locked up, I am not bailing you out.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't. He would say, you're going to embarrass me. Do not do that. They're going to know that you're down here and you're my wife. Do not.
They're not going to know that.
Do not.
Because nobody knows his name, remember?
Oh, yeah, no, nobody knows his name, no. Nobody knows his name. Nobody knows my real name. But I think it'd be good for us to get our own visual.
Yeah.
And some actual, good. I mean, not that nobody else's footage is good, but just like my own. You know what I mean? There's nothing like seeing it for yourself.
Show us something more than that fucking house. I don't want to keep looking at that house.
Yeah. No. And I at some point, I do appreciate that they put up some of it, right? Because a lot of us are not from there, right?
Well, that's any case, though. Let's just be truthful.
Yeah. Oh,
anytime you go to a crime scene,
yeah,
people are just watching it on the news. Hey, they found a baby dead. Hey, a child went missing from here. Yeah, you're curious what was going on, who are the parents, what they're about, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not getting ready to just make it no habit of sitting outside their damn house.
No, I don't want to do all that.
You have to be careful doing stuff like that.
Nope, I don't want to catch no bullet. And I don't want to catch a charge for no reason, that is asinine, that's going to get me in any sort of legal shit. I'm not about all of that. I do, though, want to go myself just to take a peek.
But I have to admit, that baby crying, that's something. Oh, my God.
Oh, can you imagine? I'm sorry, but I have to say that was a good tactic.
And on that note, I thought I had something I wanted to tell you all. Well, she's not making no noise now, my little friend. Well.
Oh.
What's wrong, honey? You was making noise before.
That's cute. That's evil.
Yeah, I got that last year at the Dollar Tree. Good night, Kayla.
Oh, that's wicked.
That's my little friend. Thank you, sweetie. You act like you didn't want to cut on. Guess she said, well, you had me sitting up in that kitchen window all bored to death. Didn't get a view of anything. Wow. Can't believe nobody wants to talk, want to come join us.
On this lovely Tuesday night.
Well, let's see what else we can we could pull up. Let me see. Finish these crows talking. 6 minutes into it.
Bluetooth connected.
The easiest way out was to be on and take his life. That was the easier option. And I sat down here the other night, Friday night, and I was so mad that I literally sat down in the ground and I told them, and I yelled it, so I know they heard me. I'm at Quentin's level now. Come hit me now. Come hit me now. I'm at Quentin's level. If that's what makes you feel better, I'll sit here. I will gladly take a beating from Leilani. I'll gladly take a beating from Billy Joe if they just tell us where they is. I'll lay there and I'll take it. I won't even hit back. Just tell us where he is so somebody can move him. Because most of me believes that he is in that landfill, but then part of me kind of believes that maybe he's not in that landfill, and whatever is in that landfill is just a decoy so that they don't find his name. And I hate to say it that way, but it's starting to seem that way. It really is. And I don't know what they did with him. I want to know, but at the same time I don't, because I know it's going to break my heart and everybody else.
This is not law and order, police chief. And you want to do it probably for photo op's sake. You're cracking down on crime, right? Because you've got some protesters off a murderer's front lawn.
Outing my mother for the beast.
Congratulations. You're doing your community proud. So proud that you got people from all over the country coming to your town. Pissed. I happen to be one of them. So you might be able to intimidate the people that live around here. I'm not going anywhere. And I'm going to make sure that they're protected properly.
So me, myself, I have 4 grown kids.
So she got bond money.
And me as a Demise, there's no way that my daughter would be in my home if she did something to one of my grandkids. She would not be able to sleep in my house. She would not be able to eat my food. That's just the way that I feel about that. That is wrong on so many levels. Yes, I understand you stand behind your kids. Grandkids have to come first because they don't have a voice. They can't speak up for themselves. There's so much wrong with the whole story. Billy just come out in her own words and said that she knew the baby was dead and he was in the landfill because it was told to her. Okay, well, if that's the case and you know that your daughter's done this, then why are you allowing her to stay in your home? And I think a lot more people knows more about the story. They're just not giving it up. I had all 4 of my kids by the time I was like 18, and I could have never imagined hurting my kids. You know, I understand.
Yeah, you're the one standing there with your kids. Crazy.
But it's okay to walk up for 5 minutes if your child's in a safe spot. And this, I can't go to sleep at night without seeing these faces. I just can't. I go to bed and I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm crying because even though I didn't know what is an adult in this family, he still didn't make me deserve this. He did not deserve this at all. And it's sad and it's injustice. And a cop said the other night when another protester asked him about how he feels about this case, and the cop looked at this protester and said, I don't care. Our own Chatham County Police Department said they don't care. So if you don't care, why are you bothering to come out here and arrest protesters? Why are you even bothering with it if you don't care? You're supposed to protect our community. You're supposed to serve our community and give our community justice, and you don't care that there's a baby laying in a landfill somewhere for the last 2 weeks. It's sad. It's disgusting. It makes me sad.
But you know though that the other son of Billy Joe is in prison where he killed someone. That happened when he was 17. So he's been in there now. This happened 2011. I think that's what called last night. He got arrested. The chat last night. The other 2 guys with him was 16. It was over drugs. They lured the guy into the woods and they robbed him. They ended up beating him to death. And her son, Billy Joe's son, he actually pleaded to a lesser charge, but he still got 45 years, but he has served 20. So he has like 9 years left. Yeah, so she has 2 kids. That is, yes. How I knew that is because of my oldest daughter, her best friend, that was her cousin.
Sorry about that. Hello. Commercial. Jesus, man.
So even Michael's dad's fine. We just found out Michael's dad was arrested in 2019 for battery by strangulation. So even he is part of a very violent family. So this is I think we're being played by Michael Simon. I think we're truly being played by Michael Simon.
It hurts.
That's why you should have been listening to nothing he said anyway.
I go home and I hug my babies a little bit tighter, and there's not a night that goes by that I don't hug my kids goodnight. There's not a night that goes by that I don't kiss them and tell them I love them. I drop my kids off at school every day, Monday through Friday, and I worry about them. From the minute they get out of my car to the minute I pick them up. If they're not in my eyesight, I worry. Because unfortunately, we live in America where we have to teach our kids, if somebody breaks into your school and has a gun, you need to lay there and play dead. Play dead and act like you're not breathing so that you don't get shot. And if by chance you can get out of the school, run. Parents are putting air tags in their kids' shoes so that they can be found in case something happens. They're putting bulletproof things in their book bags just in case something happens. And baby killers are walking around and just living their life like nothing happened.
I want to now. Leilani, you killed your baby. Why are you hiding in your house? Why don't you come out here and talk to us? Tell us where your son is. Billy Joe, you're responsible for this child. Where is this child at? We all know where this child's at. It's where your daughter put this child, in the garbage.
Baby should be getting ready for Halloween. He should be trying on his costume and getting ready to trick or treat. And he should be getting ready for Christmas coming around the corner. He should be sitting around the table with Thanksgiving with a plate making a mess because that's what babies do.
You put this child in the dumpster. This child matters. His life matters. How do you do that to your own son? I'm just curious. And you think you're going to get away with it? There is so much history of violence from this home. If you think you're going to get away with it, you are wrong. You are wrong. And we will fight for this baby when you guys refuse to.
Honestly, at this point, I think at some point everybody's going to back off just a little bit and just let it be quiet and let them get comfortable. Yeah. Let them get comfortable. Let them see that, okay, we're going to back off. And which, I mean, I don't believe we should back off. But I think what they need to do is they need to get comfortable being out of their home. Nobody's bothering them. And then all of a sudden, when they think it's all good and they're all outside having fun, all of us just march back up here and make their night just as uncomfortable as it can possibly be.
Justice will be served. Justice for baby Q. Say his name. Quentin. Say his name. Quentin. No justice, no peace.
I mean, Quentin didn't have any peace in his house. Why should they have any peace in his house like this? The only peace that he had was down the road at the babysitter's house. Why should they have peace? Why do they get to lay in the house at night, warm, in their beds, and put a hot milk in their stomachs at night? Quentin doesn't get to do that. Quentin doesn't get to run around and play. Quentin doesn't get to do all of this. Why do they get to do this? It's not fair, and our justice system is corrupt. Chatham County sucks. I used to live right down the road 10 years ago. Chatham County does.
You guys are going to be here by yourself here shortly. Nobody's going to want to help you. Nobody's going to want to deal with us. And when that happens, you're going to have to deal with us all by yourself, right? And we're going to make sure that you're not getting your booze. We're going to make sure you're not getting your drugs. We're going to start taking license plates down. I mean, we are really going to just rock your world. As you can see, your party lifestyle that you were having here has dissipated. It's dissipated quite a lot. You know, we're not done with you yet. We're not done with you yet. We still have a lot of work ahead of us. This is not going away for you. If you really want this to end, if you want to give your neighborhood some peace, it would be my suggestion you pick up the phone and you call. It doesn't matter what phone. It can be a broken phone. You pick up that phone and you call law enforcement and confess. And confess, start repenting. Because I'm telling you, you go in there showing you twerking in the window. You go in there with all this nonsense that's been going on out here, us showing you boozing and stuff like that. You think they're going to have leniency on you or mercy on you? Either of you? They're not. They're not. Because I can tell you, from what I gathered here being in Chatham County, they don't like baby killers. And I don't care what, it doesn't even matter if they move the venue to a different county. Because at the end of the day, you murdered your son. And there's nobody that's going to give you a pass. Because I guarantee you, if they can't get you on that murder, they're going to get you on a shit ton of child welfare issues, child crimes, child neglect, child abuse. You're probably going to do 130 years just on those without even the possibility of them charging you with the murder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are toast. Your culpability in this. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace to mothers across this country. Leilani is a sick woman. And you have enabled her and enabled her and enabled her just like every other one of your children. And that's why you have now 2 children. One that's already in jail for murder. The second one that's about to go. You don't have any business raising another child, Billy Joe. Because all you have been able to raise is murderers. And that's pretty sad. It's like every single person that's associated with this family have horrible records and are violent, volatile, like out of all the places children should not be, this is the one place no child should be. These people that are in and around these kids are garbage. Your vote does matter. It matters to this 20-month-old child right here. If we get a new police chief that is a law and order police chief, you will see Leilani's ass in jail. And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. And Billy Joe needs to be right behind her.
If it wasn't for viewers like you, traveling.
Oh, enough of that. Well, let's talk about law enforcement. What is the deal? Why no arrest? Is it just a body ego trip for Mr. Hadley, Chief Hadley? DHS, were they involved? Because as we've learned, people can call. That doesn't mean that the children are going to be removed. Because what you think is suitable for removal may not be suitable by the supervisor or the person working the case. You hear it all the time. Case in Georgia right now, a little baby girl, I think it's a girl, took off a respirator by her parents. Then somebody complained about abuse, neglect. Courts didn't find anything. Then 18 days later, she died. When she gets to the coroner's office, they say they found the house was inhabitable, roaches, nasty filthiness, broken furniture. So what I have to ask myself is, well, when the people first called about the child being neglected and being taken off the respirator, did somebody not go in the house and check the child then? So what happened? So how is it calls go in DHS and somebody's abusing a baby? Obviously, she was a sickly child. She was on a home respirator, vending machine. And then 18 days later, after they closed the case by legal paperwork, the baby's dead. And then here comes the coroner with some not so nice things to say about the house that the child was living in. So one would say, roaches just don't pop up overnight. So the baby was living in the roaches 18 days beforehand. Come on with it, Queen. What happened? Somebody had to have gone in the house to see it was nasty when they were complaining about the baby being taken off the respirator by the parents. So where were they housing the baby then? Good Lord. Can't make this up. Damn. I don't think a lot of you are really genuine that's down there. I've learned that with the Wells case. I did learn that with the Wells case. Some of you just do stuff for show. Just doing stuff for show. I'm gonna find that case. One second. As I said, that 13-year-old boy that was missing down there in Savannah, he has been found. This is an older story from the 19th. Murder charges dropped against parents days before second child dies. What? Hold on a second. Well, I just thought it. 1 second. Let me see if I can pull it up on the speaker.
Bluetooth connected.
Don't mind my little witch.
For a limited time, getting out. Highly new at 11. We have new details in the case of an Augusta couple charged for the second time in 2 years after the suspicious death of their second child. They were charged back in 2021 after their 1-year-old died. They were facing murder charges and cruelty to children in the first degree. Authorities said the couple repeatedly turned off the premature baby's ventilator against medical advice. The coroner also reported signs of neglect. So how were they able to have a second child in their care? Our I-team has been combing through documents we got in an open records request tonight from the district attorney about that case. All of those charges were dismissed 21 days ago. The court documents say, although there appears to be probable cause for the issuance of the warrant, there does not appear to be sufficient evidence to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. And with that, felony murder and cruelty to children in the first degree disappeared from both parents' record, stamped and approved just 18 days before their 6-month-old would take his last breath last night. And tonight, once again, those same parents are now facing cruelty to children, this time in the second degree, after the coroner says they found the baby unresponsive, left unattended for 2 hours on a recliner to sleep in what he describes as extreme living conditions, including roaches, drugs, broken furniture, and dangerous instruments.
Well, how about that? So 2 children. Got that story a little off there. Sorry about that. Wow. Very interesting. You see, even the witch thinks this is crazy. See, every day there's a story about a child. It doesn't matter. That's an African-American couple down in Georgia, Augusta. 2 dead babies. Wow. Not 1, but 2. 1 on a ventilator. And then here comes a 6-month-old dead. Can't make it make any sense. It's very sad. Yes, he was found safe, the 13-year-old. Don't have any information to where he was, but he was found safe. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Well, I've brought you information pertaining to Debbie Collier at the beginning of this live. Let me cut this little thing off. She's feeling herself, my little witch. Authorities are saying possible accident or suicide. I don't know. This is very strange to me. I have no idea what the hell's going on down in Georgia. It's just really, really bad. Yes, my mod is gone. Sorry about that, you guys. Trying to get this off of here. This is baffling to me. Both of these cases are just baffling. Woman sends her daughter Venmo card, Venmo text. They won't let me go. Here's the key. Get the key under the flower pot. Makes no sense. So what are we to believe? She went over there to kill herself in the forest, trying to get attention. She was upset, depressed, what? Fell, bumped her head, what? I'll be glad when the autopsy comes back because this is bad. Because you've gone from making this woman appear to be an intentional victim to now accident or suicide. Then you go over to Savannah, you got this mess of a daughter who has no remorse for killing her kid and her mother, Billy Joe, enabling her. She doesn't care. Nobody cares. And obviously these people are not going to change. So as I said, all the hooping and hollering, standing outside with signs and honky horns doesn't mean anything to these people because they've been long gone. And that's what people don't understand about being a sociopath. Been one for some time. And due to the fact that she's only 22, she's probably been sick as a young child. Just didn't come to fruition until probably a few years ago. Neglecting her kids, not taking care of her kids, not doing right by her kids. And I do agree. There's something wrong with Billy Joe because you spawned this demon. And why in the world would you let her live in your house? I don't understand what you're gaining by letting her live in your house. Thanks, hon. Why is she in your house? How does your husband feel about this woman being in the house living, knowing she's killed a kid? And also you spawn another demon that killed a man, allegedly lured him to his death by setting him up to rob him and another person. Just evilness. Then they mention in this commentary, these people here, that Michael, I guess the one that's come to YouTube to give information, his father is violent, past violence. So then one would have to wonder about Michael, since he's been the messenger to all this good news to YouTube. Does he have any skeletons in his closet? I don't know what else to say. All these stories are the same. I'd like to come up here and talk about something else just one day. Because every time I go to sleep, I get off the live, it's something new in the queue that one of these people have done. I mean, it's every day, back to back, days of mischief. Just ignorance. As they say, ignorance is bliss. I guess it is. I'm not going to hold you all because I'm a little over 2 hours and I'm very tired. I brought you this information pertaining to Debbie Collier. When I get more information, I will bring it to you. I do not know what in the world happened to her. If indeed she killed herself, fell, hurt herself, tried to hurt herself for attention, and then had an accident down the hill. Maybe she fell, bumped her head, tried to get up but couldn't, died, holding on to a branch. What happened? Or did somebody set this plan up so well to where there was nothing left to trace to them? Leilani hooping and hollering, trying to fight people outside. Some black chick going on, cussing and cussing and cussing. Some other chick, African-American, she's talking about a baby. I don't know if it's the same girl or not. She had a baby taken from her. And I'm looking at her like, well, I don't know you and they don't know you either. So we don't really know what happened with you and your kid. And if indeed you were treating your child right, living in a motel, somebody had to call. Maybe you were leaving the baby alone. Maybe somebody heard you beating the baby. Maybe they heard the baby crying a lot. Maybe you were putting the baby off on somebody to babysit. Who the hell knows? But I find it strange. Who's going to just take a infant? Because when they take an infant, you've been doing something with your kid. I don't care what y'all say. You've been doing something. Heart attack could be. That's why I'm waiting on the autopsy. Because now if you're changing the hypotheses that she fell or hurt herself or had an accident or a suicide. I have no idea. Hello, Alicia. Thank you, Alicia. Hey, Janine. You don't know what to think. And this is why people start making up wild stories, because police don't give you anything, so you just start making up stuff. That's why I tell you, you have to be careful with passing information until it's been verified. So we don't know what happened to her because there has been no autopsy released. And I think it's interesting that it's going this windedly, that they haven't released the autopsy. So I'm starting to wonder if it was an accident. Maybe she went down there, like I said, on purpose, trying to hurt herself, trying to get attention, and something happened and she lit a fire and it got some of her clothes burned up. And you're right. Maybe she got excited, had a heart attack. I don't know. This is just a weird story. And in all accounts, she seemed okay by the last people that saw her at the dollar store. But I'm trying to understand this Chick-fil-A visit. Was this before the dollar store or after the dollar store? The Chick-fil-A visit. So what the hell happened? And as for Leilani and her mother, that's a whole nother subject. All I can say is they don't care. And I wouldn't immerse myself in dealing with them because the world is already chaotic enough and you are becoming a chaos agent such as them. So why add fuel to the fire? Why be like the people you are cursing and fussing about? You don't have to be like them. As I said, they go low, you don't have to go lower. You don't have to get on their level. There are lots of people out here committing crimes, and you're not banging at their door and dialing them up in the inbox. So why are you bothering these people? Everybody knows they're funky, they're foul. I don't think there's no secret in Savannah and surrounding counties. But going up to people's houses, because I'm telling you, you're inciting the devil and don't even know it. Such as going to that house. That house is an omen. And you obviously don't even realize that. You're bringing that ghetto mess, ratchet omen back with you. Good night, Lulu. You're carrying that mess around, fussing and fighting, getting yourself all upset. Then you're standing outside a demon house where a child was murdered. You think I want to carry that shit around with me back to my house? Hell no. Because that's what you're doing. Every time you sit out there. And then going up to the property, banging on the windows. I wouldn't even want to be, I felt creeped out when I went to the house where they tortured that lady. I'm actually up in the back of the door, knowing inside of there was a house of horrors where he tortured a woman and put her in an upright freezer. And people I know living right across the way. And I'm like, you didn't hear anything? Oh, yeah, we did, but I didn't know it was her or this or that. So imagine being in somebody's house being tortured. Somebody hears you crying or cussing, fussing, screaming, but nobody comes to aid you. And they had to have neighbors, because I met the girl who lived on the end apartment after it happened. And she even said, oh, yeah, I heard somebody banging on the wall over there. And I thought, well, damn, why you didn't get up and go find out what the hell it was? Call the police. Hey, the neighbors are loud. Maybe that lady could have been saved. Nobody said anything. So she's being tortured by a man and a younger woman. Cutting her private parts, her upper torso parts, breast area, nipple, if I'm not mistaken. Beat her to death. And then stored her in an upright freezer for about 7-8 months. So imagine he was living in there with his mother and this younger woman, old enough to be her father, and a dead woman is in an upright freezer. And the queen was right at the door of this townhouse, thinking to herself, dear God, what in the world is going on? And then I know people that live right there in that area sidewalk where this happened, and nobody called the police about a scream, loud bangs, nothing. That's why if you see something, say something. Be a part of the solution and not the problem. Mind the children. And hell, mind the adults too. Everybody has a voice. Everybody needs to get it together. Because my thing is, you have to learn not to provoke the wicked. You may think you're in the right, but you don't know what the catch-all is going to be. Because many of us have done it. Confronted people, responded negatively to something we thought was done or said negatively to us. But you don't know how things can jump off. The assumption is, well, I'm just going to say what I got to say, then I'm done. Well, you don't know what they might do. You just assume they're not going to do anything to you. That's why you have to be careful in even responding to a negative situation, because you don't know what the other person might do or what somebody else might come along and do. Say what, Esley? What are you talking about? You're welcome, Alicia. Esley, what are you talking about down there? I don't understand your comment. Well, anywho, I'm going to check out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you'd like to donate to the network, $McAndrew129 Cash App. Thank you all so much for your support. God bless all of you. Thank you, Kinsley, for speaking. Sorry, if you see something, say something. Yes. I'm praying that the child will be found. I got information that it's daunting work that they're doing, and they're going to continue to do the work, but I think maybe they're getting discouraged down there because they haven't found him. Oh, Vinny on Court TV. Yeah, I played that earlier in the live. I just pray they continue to search, and they said they would. They would continue till they find him. So I'm praying that Q is found and justice is served, and Leilani goes down. I'm praying that Billy Joe goes down as well, and any other participant in that house that had knowledge that the child was dead, covered it up after the fact, however it goes, whatever evidence they can find on anybody that's participated or has knowledge of the child's death. It's all the same to me. But I want to say this before I go. Leilani, Simon, it's been said that you were at the Azalea Mobile Home Plaza on 4711 Ogeechee Road on that early morning, disposing your baby at this mobile park. And I know that it's 6 minutes from 535 Buck Halter Road, which is the residence where you reside right now. If indeed you were there, you are shameful. Because you didn't even go far to dump your kid. And you didn't have any reason to kill that baby. But I believe somebody saw you. I believe you're on camera. That's how the word got out in the first place. And I don't know if you put that child in an actual dumpster or in someone's personal trash can. That would be even worse. Because imagine if somebody thought, oh, I dropped my ring in the garbage or bracelet or threw away a receipt and went in their garbage and found a dead baby in their personal trash can. Imagine that, Leilani Simon. Because see, I don't know which one you threw him in. A dumpster on the property, or somebody's personal can. They say dumpster. So we're going to go with the latter. But I'm telling the chat, just imagine if somebody had a personal trash can outside their gate, door, driveway, whatever, and you would be stupid enough to put the baby in one of those big roller plastic bins with the handles. Thinking what? Nobody would come in, ever go back in the trash and look. Because there's people that's stupid like that. That would be something. Go back out to your garbage thinking you threw something away important. Pull the lid off and start digging saying to yourself, this is a bit heavy. This bag doesn't look familiar. Tote, suitcase, whatever the hell you use. And see a damn near 2-year-old wrapped up in there. Now imagine that. When I went into Google Maps, all the way at the far back of the property, it looks like recycled dumpsters. Bright colors with a white top. And I told Kinsley, I said, I wonder if those are affiliated with the property. So I was trying to get a good view, but I couldn't, of where these dumpsters were located. But we did see them on the bulletin board of the property. About two sets of dumpsters. Just like square boxes. I'm assuming you put the kid in one of those. Wow. Really bold. Thank you all so much for joining me. You all have a wonderful evening. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Good night.